Alright, dear viewers, welcome back to Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. We're returning to this game after, oh dear. After tragedy struck last time, and we got blown up by our own orb. But you know, now that we've gotten the demon spawn out of our system, done a little bit of randomness, gotten it out of the way, did a caster of various stripes, I think we're gonna switch it up a little bit. I kind of want to play a little more melee-focused character, perhaps. And, you know, I think today that's going to look like a gargoyle. Let's do a gargoyle. Let's do a gargoyle, let's just do a Gargoyle Fighter, you know? It's not super flashy, but it is reliable. And we're gonna go ahead and go with a War Axe, even though the aptitude isn't quite as good. I just think that maces and flails are not enough damage. I just don't think they're enough damage. So let's give it a shot. We're going to turn off armor and shields, we're going to focus axes, and start crashing through the dungeon here. Oh my goodness. This is a very different mood from the last run. We're going to be able to be a bit bolder with our actions and deeds. We'll have damage reduction. You know, I was thinking about decisions that could have saved our life last game, and I don't think that keeping the Ring of Protection over the strength. I don't think that keeping the Ring of Protection over the Ring of the Hair, the plus 10 evasion ring, was correct. But that is exactly the kind of situation where dodging is just not as good, where you're forced to endure a large number of hits from lots of enemies. Ooh, well, but I will take evasion early on when it's for free and not at the cost of something else. I just, you know, if we had reduced the damage from each of the hits in that encounter by an average of 2 more each hit, like, would it have made a difference? Maybe not. But we did end up with -2 hit points. If we had been at +1 instead, if we had saved 3 hit points, then we would have been able to drink, you know, a potion or something after our servitor betrayed us. Jiva. Let's do a Jiva run. Let's do it. It could be Nemelex or Sif Muna, though. No, I'm okay with a 2 or 3 chance for something awesome. Nemelex is good. We'll turn on some Invo, start getting cards going. I like Nemelex a lot on a fighter character. It's a great way to turn experience into ranged damage. We don't really care about books this run. We won't be doing any spellcasting particularly. We might if we, like, I don't know, if we find a blink or something, but probably not. Probably going to be a spell-less run. Natasha, eh? Natasha has lost 1 life. Okie dokie. Just tabbing our way through the dungeon here. Up to level 5 already. This is a little bit of a nasty situation, but I think we're still fine, yeah. With summoning enemies who summon things, I'm okay with being a little more aggressive just because it's harder to pull them successfully into a hallway without subjecting yourself to a lot of nastiness. kind of running in on this adder here. I probably should give it a little more respect, but I don't. Okay, so the quirk of Nemelex is that you get to draw cards from these various decks. They do a variety of effects for the different cards, but generally speaking, escape will help you get out of a fight, destruction will help you kill stuff, and summoning is a kind of a combination of the first two. Summons are strong in general, so it's nice to have them on our side. As we gain additional piety with Nemelex, we will gain access to abilities that make our card manipulation skills better. We will be able to draw multiple cards at once. We will be able to select from between several cards, and we'll eventually be able to stack the deck and place cards on top in an order that suits us to save for later. All of these things are super useful. They're all really powerful. They're a little bit random, but they're not... they're not so random that they're not uncontrollably random. This isn't Zom, after all. Yeah, I'm not even really paying attention to what's happening in the dungeon. A Gargoyle Fighter can kind of just crunch its way through everything. Well, what did we just pick up? A spear of who's a what's-its? +6 spear Gargoyle's Bane. It's our Bane? That's rude. Damage rating 14, damage rating 16. So we dropped down a little bit on our damage rating, but it does have vampirism. Something worth considering. We do get cross-training and polearms, so yeah. We might switch over to it if we end up in a situation where we need to have a little more sustain. Ecumenical Temple. Let's go ahead and pop our heads in. You know, Nemelex is one of those where I tend to stick with it through the whole game, but just in case, you know, we change our minds. Potion of Heal Wounds, that's great. Love picking up some of those early. You know, we I don't know why we have it identified. Maybe a monster drank one while I wasn't really paying attention because we're just sort of clobbering our way through the early dungeon. Yeah. Let's go ahead and draw a destruction card here. Didn't actually do anything. Okay, we survived. That was a little scary. As a gargoyle, our hit point total is reduced. Throw a stone. Haha. Haha. Stone. Please. Alright. Back off. I was going to say back off and heal, but back off and get assaulted by several creatures is more accurate. Pass wall and sourceful hibernation and swiftness. You know, pass wall is something we could consider. I don't love it. Again, we're not really casting spells this run. I got my fill of that last run, fiddling around with Scorches and Firefoxes and... Windows Defender. Thanks. Feel stronger. Excellent. We have some more cards. Also excellent. You want to make pretty free use of your cards with Nemelex. Ooh. +1 scale mail of positive energy. We'll throw that on for a little more armor class, and yeah, occasionally you bump into something that does negative energy damage. In the early dungeon. It's not very common, but it's not unheard of. Wow, that was some bad movement. Just clicking the wrong keys here. Yeah. Not anything we can't handle. Okie dokie. Sound of rushing water and grinder right here. Let's just see if we can't... There we go. Boom. Kill grinder right away. This is why Nemolex is strong, by the way, because you can press a button a couple of times and kill grinder. Keeping an eye out as we explore for messages about where... Very distant drain. Okay. Hep altar in a cool little room. That's kind of neat. Plate armor is interesting. I think we're a little bit early in our journey to be throwing on plate armor. I think it's... oh, good. We just sort of stumbled across our sewers here. Although this was a fairly kind level for figuring out where an entrance was. It's a little fairly linear here. Alright. Let's check it out. La-di-da-di-da-da-da-da-da-da. Just doing fighter stuff. Lots of walking into enemies. These runs are a lot faster than the caster runs. But, you know, it's less likely that you get to take them into the extended endgame. That's kind of the trade-off, right? Not to say that fighters can't, as a background, enter the extended endgame, just that melee characters in general need a kind of specific set of stuff to be able to transition into that. You know, ziggurat diving and even Pandemonium has a few nasty surprises if you're unprepared, but just being a gargoyle kind of helps out with that. See, this is a situation where I think we switch over to the spear and just get a little bit of sustain going. Yeah. I think that was better than hoping that the area of effect axe damage would, you know, proc and chip things down. So axes are good for popcorn. They're less good for single target damage. Which is not to say they're bad for single target damage. They still have, you know, high base damage for a weapon. It's just, you know, it's different. It's different. It's a different kind of weapon. Get some more cards. Excellent. We're up to 6 summoning, which is pretty good, pretty relevant. We will not be considering two-handed axes. We don't have the health pool to mess around with two-handed weapons, really. We need our shield, which we should consider training some more of, although I'm kind of tempted to just leave that until after we find a kite shield of some sort. I think we just want to keep putting points into strength. We're not, you know, we're not a troll or an ogre. We don't have godlike levels of strength from the beginning, and I want to be able to wear gold dragon armor by the end of the game. We may consider putting a few points into dexterity in the future. Acid. There we go. Okay. Got a little closer to dead than I like there, but... A +2 Spear of Chaos and a ghost. Well, no need to open that vault, ever. At least not until we want to get banished to the abyss. All willy-nilly. This is slightly risky, but not too bad. This is too risky, although that broad axe is very tempting. Orb. again. Pain. Okay, pain is better. Ah, now this is a manageable situation. And an early broad axe is very good. I think we get to wield it. 1.5... 1.6, yeah. It's only like 0.1 attack delay more anyway. And it's significantly higher damage. I mean, it's a base of 13 versus a base of 11. And 2 base damage matters. But more importantly, it means that we get to start enchanting it as soon as we find enchant weapon and brand weapon scrolls. You know, we don't have to discover what those are just yet, although it is time to start checking some of these scroll piles. Gosh. Hi, Knowles. I'm gonna read some scrolls in your face. Some potions. Alright. We're just gonna kill some gnolls and head back upstairs. Cut it a little closer than I would like. But, I mean, ultimately we're pretty okay. That orc warrior with a glaive is not my favorite, but I think we still kill it. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're okay. We're doing okay. Skybeast. I miss when you could eat Skybeast corpses to mutate yourself. That was always a fun way to wreck your run early on. That's a little scary. Yeah, we got some wild magic going. That helps. Yeah, Nemelex is just really, really strong. One of my favorite invocation-heavy deities. I don't know if it's as strong, say, as, like... I don't know what a comparison would be. I just think it's one of the stronger deities. Okay, cool. We also have triple draw and deal 4, which triple draw lets you select one of 3, and deal 4 just plays the top 4 cards. That's super useful with destruction against, like, some of the nastier uniques. You can just deal 4 and wreck the whole screen. Throwing net, that's kind of nice. Just bash up this orc pack. Gosh. Wouldn't mind some extra defenses. Let's turn our shields on. Train that up to, say level 6. It's nice having some positive aptitudes. A little bit faster experience gain is nice. Wow, I just ran into a terrible situation, but let's at least kill the priest. Now we're confused. Super. Lovely. I'm so good at this game. So good at doing the right thing all the time. Oh my goodness. I'm just still on tilt from our dearly departed fire elementalist. Oh god. It's the last time we mention her. Some battle axes that are kind of pre-enchanted by these whites for us. Gosh, a lot of whites on this level. It's a little bit intimidating. I don't love being confused. I I don't love a lot of this, actually, but we made it through somehow. Plus 3 Battle Axe of Freezing. That's interesting. That is a powerful weapon. I mean, it does a lot of damage. Let's pull these back out of range of the Moth of Wrath. Do we have a Wand of Evoke or of Digging? No, okay. Wand of Digging would be pretty cool there. Then we could just, like, kill that. Moths of Wrath are not especially dangerous on their own. Just when they're, like, berserking worms and things. So that's something we can come back and kill if we find a Wand of Digging. Get rid of that cage. Let's identify some of our potions. Yeah, got rid of one of the nasty ones. Figured out where curing is. Okay, good. Doing work. Hey, good. Finally, more armor class. Yeah, okay. Let's try a different staircase. I mean, I think we can just, like, Nemelex those things away, but... I believe 26 cards is as many as you can have of any given deck. It's, like, 26 for Destruction and 13 for, yeah, Escape and Summoning. So it really pays to, like, use these pretty liberally. Like, to kill an electric eel that's bugging you. When you start to get overwhelmed a little bit. Like, before you get overwhelmed. You just kind of use them. Just treat them like your ammo, you know? There's not a lot of, like, ammunition left in the game. You have infinite ammo with your bow and arrow and stuff. But back in the day, you used to have to, like, conserve your arrows and your crossbow bolts. And it's just, like, Nemelex it just feels like a little echo of that. A little holdover. Shields is up to 5. Not that that's doing us any good with a buckler, but it, Troll Leather Armor is interesting. I think we lose a little too much armor class to switch over. I don't really love Troll Leather Armor on my strength-based fighters, although I love it on dex-based fighters, and even on casters sometimes, if you're a little more get-into-the-fray kind of caster. Regeneration is just a very powerful effect, and having multiple stacks of it is even more powerful. Okay, cool. Well, we found the lair. That's nice. I think we dive maybe one more here to get our butts kicked by some yaks. More specifically to just sort of, you know, see if we get like a free shop or something on this level that gives us maybe a scroll of brand weapon. Leather armor of poison resistance is worth noting. It can be our poison resistance for like spider or something in a big pinch. Yeah. Started to walk up to that two-headed ogre and thought better of it, because we only have 72 hit points. La 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 la. Well, you know, shafted. That's fine. I think we're on the stronger side for, you know, where we are in the game. Although let's not just get a bunch of Orc Priest Smites, please. Let's go ahead and read a Scroll of Teleportation. I just don't love... Okay, that's fine. I just didn't love the arrangement of those orcs with the priest behind the acid dragon and the knight. I just feel like that would have been a really good way to die. Is this more armor class or less? Armor class would remain unchanged. Kind of like that. It's a little bit less encumbrance, which we should actually... We should turn on armor for a bit. Okay. Well, we found orc, for sure. And let's reset the fight. Ooh. Well, hi. Reforms is up. Alright. Heal up a little bit. Do we survive? No. Alright. That was a little bit of a... That was a little bit of a throwaway. I think I got a little distracted. I should have been spamming destruction a lot earlier. I just got so tired all of a sudden. But you know, fun little interlude. Just a little one-off. We'll set this to upload tomorrow, and it won't be in a playlist. It'll just be its own sad little video. But you know, thanks for joining us. Sometimes those little shorter ones are kind of fun too. Anyway. We'll see you next time. This is MothFluffs, signing off.